for October 4th, 2022. It's Just a PC, episode Jesus Christ 43. We're at 40 flippity 3. Little later from when I said I was going to do. I'm trying to switch back to 5 o'clock. I was trying to do work, then other work, then stream at the end of the day, but my brain's too busted to do something as mentally taxing as attempting to debug this hardware while streaming it at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So, gotta try this again. It really seemed to be working better the other way, and I haven't made a lot of progress on other work. So, yeah. As is tradition, good evening, Wereworm. So, fun things since last we left off. Firstly, last we left off, we plugged in the gotek as had been repeatedly requested, and you know what? It works. We were having so many problems with this frickin' thing. I don't know if this drive has gone bad in some bizarre way, or if we're doing something that's really messed up, but let me tell a quick story for those who have not seen my social stream. I pulled the floppy out of this thing. Well, okay, let's back up. Let's tell the whole story. If you have been following the stream, what you may have noticed is that I have made a floppy in another computer, jammed it into this drive, attempted to read a sector, gotten some data, encountered an overflow, just like you would, and then subsequently had a bunch of problems. Could not get the data again. Lots of failures. Very confusing. Then did that again, made another floppy, stuck it in, same result. Got some sector data, then started having issues, assumed it was related to my code and it wasn't quite right again, and never got good sector data again. Took the floppy out of this, because the first floppy, put it in the machine, all of a sudden it had issues, and I went, oh, I never verified that floppy, so might have been a bad image. Took the floppy we've been using out of this drive today, stuck it in a machine, errors all over it. So something we're doing, whether this drive is messed up in some bizarre way, or, I don't know, something we're doing in software that's insane, is corrupting the data on our floppy, is probably a thing that's been masking, causing issues. I don't know how you describe this. Causing issues that we're not even aware of happening. So this is why the recommendation of the gotek is, of course, good, and may ultimately show us that, it was weird hardware issues with this the whole time. And also, as I mentioned on my social feed, this was, it's not like this was doing anything like that when it was in my Pentium machine, and that was not that long ago. And I took that thing apart to do something else with it, and it's just been sitting around for a year? It's really been that long. God, maybe even longer, but at least a year, and I haven't touched anything. So who knows, maybe this drive has gotten really screwy in that time, something crazy happened. I don't know, but clearly something funky is going on, and I want to get to the bottom of that at some point. But right now, that means maybe we can just have a nice, refreshing episode where things kind of work, and we just do some work, and we get some results, and it's going to be nice because the gotek, check this out, works fine. I mean, relatively fine. Where we're at now is we still have the overflow of the FIFO, but that's totally cool, man. We kind of expect an overflow of the FIFO, because, we're not trying to read it especially fast. So today is, let's try and go max performance on this bad boy, optimize the crap out of our loop that's reading data from the sector, take the recommendations that we've been thinking about. Also, I've seen it written elsewhere that you just wait for the IRQ, which I want to be careful about, because I'm not ever sure if that IRQ bit in the register actually gets cleared, and we're not connected to the actual IRQ from the FDC physically. There's that IRQ line isn't connected to the CPU, so we don't actually get interrupts from the thing. We're just checking them in software right now. But yeah, theoretically, our threshold is set to 8 in the FIFO right now, per OS Dev's FDC development recommendations. And so the idea is wait for an IRQ, then just read 8 bytes out of the FIFO without even waiting for anything, because we know that there should be at least 8 bytes in the FIFO, and then go back to waiting for the IRQ until we have done enough 8-byte chunks that we are done reading the sector. Ooh, that sounds very fun, Wereworm. I'm gonna read some chat. Well, I'm gonna fire this up. I'm gonna read some chat, and then we will get to it, because hopefully, like I said, this will just be a nice episode of sitting in the code, optimizing the crap out of it, seeing what we get. But I'm seeing some interesting stuff. So Cliff Cheney's here. What is up, Cliff Cheney? He says, sup. Wereworm says, timing, gotek is faster. Of course the gotek is faster. So, yeah. I don't know. Probably related, but why are we fucking up our floppies? That's the big question. Lawless says, God evening, gentlemen. God evening to you, Lawless. And this is the one I was wanting to get to, is Wereworm says, there are some very nice videos on YouTube by George Foot, which, I'm going to be honest, the first time I scanned this, I thought that said George Floyd, and I was super confused. He explores... I'm not crazy, but at least a part of my brain read George Floyd and went, that's an unfortunate name for a person. He explores floppy drives at a very basic level, building a read-only FDC from TTL chips, so I am definitely going to check that out. That sounds so up my alley, it's not even funny. I'm just messing with you, Lawless. Lawless said good, star. Yeah, literally me and Dave at VCF, I was telling Dave my, one of the things that I have always for some reason wanted to do, even though it probably wouldn't be that interesting, is build an all TTL Ethernet interface. Basically try and implement something like the one that was in the Alto. Not actually looking at Alto docs, but just like, you know, reverse engineering it. And then we were talking about it, and that didn't seem as fun as I thought it might be, because ultimately you're just kind of building a hardware UART, and most of the fun is in the PHY side of things, because otherwise it's just a fancy UART. Which, I mean, that does seem fun, but it would have been cool. I just feel like it's cool to, if it were possible, to make a TTL board that interfaces with, you know, like 10 base T or something. Anyway, so that FDC from TTL chips sounds mighty up my alley in that same way. Stephen Leonard says, your floppy disk pain reminded me of some issues I had back in the day with floppy disk boot sector viruses, replete with fprot antivirus flashbacks. I don't know what fprot is. You might have to fill me in on that, but yeah, floppy boot sector viruses. Classic stuff. Okay, let's optimize some shit. Oh, and I started this up just to show that we have shit in the buffer, just like we were showing at the end of yesterday's ep. 0200, doot doot, boop, 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 boop. Those are all good. Well, like the first how many? Because I would bet it's somewhere around 8. Let's see, the EB5890. The 40 is our first, like, not good. So EB5890. Sorry, I'm counting on my fingers, and you can't see it on either of the cameras. Let's do this. EB5890, 4D53, F8. Interesting, it overflows after, unless I cannot count, 6 bytes. Strange. Oh, duh, because the FIFO is filling up this whole time that we're reading, and we're not, yep, duh, of course. It's not like it would get all the way to having 8 available and only do the fail, like, once we're done reading. Yeah, no, it's gonna fill up while we're doing that. Of course, duh. Anyway, let's make these loops hardcore. Let's just go right into it, and hopefully the camera's a little better today too, because I restarted the machine last night. Which I should probably always do. Stephen Leonard said, suffice to say, it is old. That much I picked up. Anyway, code. And I shall go to my read sector shit and just try throwing in a wait IRQ and then read 8 bytes, and then a wait IRQ and then read 8 bytes. just see if that is good. Wareham says, but should there be at least 16 valid bytes before the FIFO overruns? That was the incorrect thought that I was having by myself. It's the number of bytes that we've read does not indicate the number of bytes that are in the FIFO, right? So it's having 16 bytes in it before we've even read 6 bytes out of it, is the thing. They're completely asynchronous from each other. So it's, as we're slowly removing things from it, the FIFO is still filling up, and then just by dint of the ratio of the two things, by the time we've read 6 things, it's all the way full and it fails. Yeah, no, I was having the same thought, and then that's why I went, oh no, that is not how that works at all. Because that FIFO is constantly filling up, no matter how much we're reading from it, if we're not reading from it fast enough. Yeah, because it fails the command as soon as the FIFO gets full. Not like after we have drained it. It doesn't happen after the FIFO is filled and then we have drained the whole thing. It happens as soon as the FIFO is max full. Basically, when it tries to put in another byte, but it can't because the FIFO pointer is all the way at the end of the FIFO, is when it raises a internal shit's fucked message. All right, let's see. Read sector. Where are you? What did I do to you? Sweet. Read sector byte loop low. So, yeah, let's just... I think this is okay, is doing my JSR to wait IRQ. We could do it inline, and that would be a little faster too, but we'll see. I'm going to say probably not enough to matter right now, but that is, that's like my opinion, man. We won't know until we run it. Okay, so now we're going to completely replace this. Let me double check the register location for that the data should be read from FDC data. Oh, what am I doing? Read FDC data with a colon so that I find the right one. There we go. Ignore all this garbaggio. This is all I really care about. It is 6805. Very good. 6805, and we're just going to read 6805 8 times and call it a day. 6805 is what I said, right? Whoops. Yes. So delete that, replace it with load a 680 from 6805, 6805, and then store it in... Actually, what is the fastest way to do this? Because if we stick to this, then we're going to need to increment y every time. And that might just have to be what we do. We'll see. Maybe this will be fast enough. So in y, and wait, I need to undo some things. I am curious about a thing. Oh, I keep confusing myself with this DEX crap. Ignore, I'm dumb. Just, I know I didn't voice any of the thoughts that were in my head just now. They were not worth voicing. Anyway. Load A from 6805, just like we were going to. Store it. And in Y. And we won't even branch or anything. I'm just going to inline all 8 reads for max speed. So that will be this 8 times. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't screw up too bad. Actually, no. I know the best way to do this. D3D, then 3PD. There. Beautiful. Wait, why did I do 3? What is wrong with you, bud? 8p. Much better. Beautiful. And then, yeah, that will be, it'll wrap at the end of this eventually, and that'll be fine. And then literally just the same thing, but to the high buffer address over here. So same shit. JSR, wait, FDC IRQ, and then, let's see, steal that line, delete all this shit, and change this to FDC high buffer address, and that is literally the only change. D3D 8p. There we go. That should do it. One would hope. One would hope. We're gonna see. Oh, somehow that... Wait, where did the BEQ go? Yeah, because that should be down here. All right. Whoa, okay. There was a bit of calling it an explosion in chat is a bit of an overstatement, but sometimes I have days where I get nothing. So every now and then I look over and I'm like, oh, it's full now. Shoot. Okay. Worm says, oh no, there's not, I just can't read. There's not a lot of new stuff. It's where we're talking about overflow stuff. Worm said, maybe using the bit test for testing the status is faster. Oh, that's right. I always forget about the bit command. But we would need to load the data in some other register because A would be occupied by the bit test pattern. I assume you're talking about for waiting for the IRQ flag, right? Oh, also, hello, Redgek. Yeah, anyway. We'll have to think about that. But maybe this will be fast enough. Maybe we get really lucky and this is just perfectly fine. And everything works great, and then we put in the real floppy drive, and it just takes shit all over itself. But we're not going to think about that right now. We're just going to make it work with the gotek today. And we will go from there. Link.ps1. Yes, burst reading 8 bytes is also cool. I thought that was our agreement from yesterday. That was the plan. I thought you came up with that plan. I also, for the record, independently came up with that plan. Redkek said, man, you did a lot of projects. Sadly, the TZ doesn't let me catch your streams often. Oh, time zone. I got confused for a second because I thought you meant track 0. And I was like, man, I feel kind of guilty. You're blaming me directly for like my timing and you not being able to see my videos. No, that's a time zone. Sorry about that. I feel like you're able to get in easier when I stream a little earlier, and that's what I'm going back to. So I'm shooting for 5-ish again. I mean, you know, expect only so much from me. I am literally streaming every single non-weekend day of my life, so it's the fact that I have one every day is pretty good, much less, you know, having it at the exact same time. But I'm shooting for 5-ish. Also makes my work-life balance a little bit better for my day job, because I should be knocking off at 5, so that gives me a good cutoff. Says, hello there, watching your stream from India. What time is it IST right now? I work with a Indian team in my day job, and it always amazes me the times of night that they're up, like 11 o'clock, to have morning meetings with me. These people. Worm says, we are blaming you for your geographic location only. Redkek says, yeah, dude, you're a real pro with all these daily streams. Pro is, I don't know about that. 4:27 a.m. is surely what that must be. There's no way it's 4:27 p.m. You are too far away. That's brutal. I hope you're up early. Hello all. YouTube decided to show your stream as up this time, says Gerald. And Lala says 1 a.m. in Poland. I mean, that's a semi-reasonable time for somebody who has a lot of time on their hands and doesn't mind waking up late to be watching. 4:27 though, damn. Okay, we were set, right? Yeah, I just built this. Time to program XG Pro. Probably a good idea to turn this off. Oh, also this is fun. To answer some questions Werewolf was asking a while back about current bleed back from this back to the floppy drive. There clearly is some, because if I turn off power to the, like, this is off right now, and these lights are very dim, way dimmer than it is when that's on, but clearly it's enough to shit, I wonder if I could just run this thing without turning on the power supply. We'll have to try that for fun at some point, but apparently the bleed back from this is enough to do it. Okay, anyway, we're built. We're getting this. We're getting that. We're popping it in. We're doing the old program shuffle. We're doing the old switching the camera back to here. We're doing the old open this shit up and try and figure out where this window is. Where the fuck is this window? I don't know. Does Windows know? I don't know that it does. Where on earth is this window? Oh, okay, XG Pro. You're gonna be like that, huh? Alright, we'll just ignore that happened. Load at the offset. Oh, right, I gotta browse for the file. Basic.bin. Okie doke. Don't check ID. Do the programmy. Wareham said, I was more worried about the power bleed back the other way around. This is also amazing. Right, because we were not sure if it was resetting the FTC and everything. I recall that now. But yeah, I have no idea, because it's not like there's a specific power line on there, so I'm curious where the current bleed is coming from. Not that it, like, shocks me. It's not like a super crazy mystery. I'm just interested, like, what lines are carrying enough current to power the thing. Okay. Redkick says, just slap a fat cap and charge it with the command stream. Reminds me of one-wire stuff. That, I have heard of such black magic. I am afraid to touch it myself. Here we go. Yay, red sector. So, oh, actually, did it say red sector the last time? 'Cause I'm curious, maybe it does fail. And I wasn't thinking about it. Anyway, let's see if we got a bunch of data. Or how much data we got. Oh, 2. That was a 2, not no. Oh, 2. Oh, oh. There we go. Did it right that time. I have some brains. Dumpity, 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 dumpity. Oh, ho, 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 that's looking pretty good. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. This is a... Oh, I was going to say this is a case where I probably should have just used the dump command, but it's broken, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to fill the frickin' screen with this stuff, and then I will side-by-side the hex dump, and we will go, look, it's exactly the same. You know what? What am I thinking? What is the test that I can definitely do? Why don't we set the address to 03FE, and how you like them apples? How you like them? Yeah, that guarantees that the whole frickin' thing works. 55AA is the IBM PC boot magic number at the end of the first sector that tells PC BIOS that this is a bootable floppy. So, we read it all. It's perfect. Fuck yeah. Alright. For shits and giggles. Now, this code will need still a lot more fixing up. The fact that this works is fucking amazing to me. Like, just no joke. This is crazy. That waiting for the IRQ works fine. All of this stuff is just ridiculous. Beep! Beep all the way. Okay, so We can play with this some more because we have tons of time because we're not even a half an hour in, which also means I might be able to take a nice light hour stream today. I have time to do other things. But how's about I go write another floppy real quick, or just take the floppy that I already screwed up and rewrite the image to it, reconfirm it, pop in this guy, run that, see if we get floppy data first try. And then I bet we will get garbage after that because of something insane, but I want to at least try it. I feel real 50-50 on it. Or maybe even like 30-70. I'm not going to say I feel confident about it, but enough that clearly we can keep up with how fast the FDC is putting shit in the FIFO, which this is simulating the actual speed that we're doing at, so our code is fast enough to keep up. That's good. So that just means that any other issues we have are issues specific to the physical parameters of this physical floppy drive. Also good. And that we're probably doing some weird shit there. Anyway, yes, let's go for insane. That's what Cliff Cheney says. Wareroom says, who needs DMA? Who needs it? Actually, in the documentation it says doing polling floppy access is actually, I mean, this is all in reference to an IBM PC, so it's not really relevant here, because we can make a DMA that's as fast as we want, given the memory speed of the NES, which is probably a huge bottleneck to that. But apparently on a PC, PIO read is way faster. DMA is not as fast as the floppy can stream data out of it. It's just that, you know, it's hell on keeping a responsive operating system if you are doing it that way. Okay, let's do the old camera switchy. Wait. Hold up. That should be the right camera. Did I unplug it? No, it's plugged in. It's just a piece of shit. Oh, you're just watching a black screen, aren't you? That's fun for you. Just give me a second. Just give me 1 minute. Yo. That's not the right one. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Watch this magic. I had the lens cap on. Now that's debugging at its finest. Yes, how are we doing today on today's episode of Track Zero, where we can see the spinning lines screensaver, and you can see in the back there that is a copy of Mac OS 8 retail from the box in the midst of installing on a Power Mac 5000 series of some sort. Let's go now to the IBM PC where we shall write a floppy. Thank you. There, I've done that now. Okay, adjusting things. I'm trying not to have mics that are way beyond how high and boomed out they should be from falling over. Okay. There we go. And I wonder what I did with that floppy. I don't care. I get a fresh one. Oh, wait. I already had a floppy in here. Well. Oh, this is the floppy. Right, because I stuck it in here for checking in. Oh, I'm yelling into the mic again. Excellent. Sorry. Okay, so back to raw right. No, because I'm going to overwrite this whole thing anyway. I don't know if you can make it on anything on the screen or if it's totally blown out, but too bad. He said before he remembered that he can turn down the brightness. Does this make any kind of difference? Probably no, not really. Anyway. What am I doing? I am opening Rawrite. I can't read the comments very well from over here. Oh, Redgeck says, Mac OS, I thought you went to BOS. I actually did install BOS earlier, but I forgot. You kind of have to do Mac OS first, because if you try and install Mac OS, firstly, you need Mac OS to boot BOS, because it works just like every Linux booters and stuff, where it's just it's actually an extension, I think, the BOS booter, but it requires Mac OS to start booting up, and then it runs the extension, and then the extension says, do you want to boot BOS? And then it takes over the machine. So anyway, if you try and install Mac OS second, Mac OS doesn't like the partition scheme. So I have to do the partition scheme first, install Mac OS first, and then install BOS on the remaining partition. So I was in the middle of that, and I just haven't had time to finish it. Why did I try and open the floppy? God. Well, that gave me time to talk, I guess. I meant to go to my C drive, but now Windows is hung up. Oh, I'm going to go get a sip of water and read comments. Yes, lots of stuff on the ASMR. Check, Redgeck, listen to ASMR today. Wereworm says ASMR, but please don't lick the mic next. Don't worry, that's not going to be a problem. Redgeck says, I think my Think Center is taller than yours. Pixar GTFO. Wereworm says, it's so nice when things do work for a change, right? Yeah, except that now, like, we don't know what to do with the other half hour. This camera is going screwy. I think this one's because it's on a USB cable that is way longer than it's legally supposed to be, because it's on an extender. Redheck says, must feel great when stuff works. Ignores debugging my project for a week. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm streaming daily, because that's the only way I'm going to make progress. Because otherwise I do drop it for like a year. Redgeck says, man, am I glad I never had to deal with Lilo and stuff like that. Was it bad? I don't know. I remember Lilo kind of seeming fine back in the day. Werewolf says, and then I will get back there and actually open Rawrite. Now that the floppy is working, bring out the zip drive. Those are IDE. Oh my god, I do though. I have an IDE zip drive sitting around somewhere, I think. And we should, I don't have discs, but I can get discs. But we should 100% on maybe like the Genesis or something use a zip drive. Fuck yeah. No, I don't want to format this drive. No, don't open the floppy drive. Yes, go to Documents and Settings. Me. My documents. Rawrite. Gerald says, regards to powering the gotek, ARM is apparently so efficient in some cases it can run powered off the I/O pulses. Not sure if Urban Legend. Also, woo, now to get running real hardware solved. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, disk 1. Open that shit. Write that shit. Definitely not ignoring you guys and continuing the macOS installation over here. That is not what I'm doing. Can't find the sector requested. Oh wow. Okay. So it's pretty hosed. So I think I will need to format it. Because somehow we have hosed it so bad that the actual sector ID markers on the disk are fucked up. What am I doing? Format. Yes, yes, yes. Quickly, please. Okay. Very good. I guess. Maybe. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have done a quick format, huh? If the sector markers are screwed up. That was probably a mistake. Well, at least it failed fast. Okay, let's do a nice slow format. I don't know. Shit. Is my volume label? Can you guys hear my kid? He's hitting a very amusingly screamy age, and I have no idea if you can hear that, but it's loud. Redgeck says, "Sir, how do I share a picture here?" I don't think you can. Throw it on Twitter or something. Or I'll just believe you. Install macOS runtime for Java. Yes, please. Here, well, that's formatting. You can just... We'll just do this. Now you can kind of see. Now I'm just waiting on this one too, so. But there's more to look at, so that's, I guess, fun. I need to clean these desks so bad. It used to be very nice down here for a basement. Now the floor is covered in garbage. Did it work? It's still going. You can kind of see the progress bar. It's here. It's a couple notches away. That should work, because it should actually be writing sectors onto the disk. Are we having fun yet? Ooh, look, it's my belly. Speaking of my kid, I have gotten such dad belly. Not very proud of it. All right, format it. Let's try again. Yeah. No, you. I might. Let me see if I can enable link sharing. They kill that because they don't want like spam bots and shit doing stuff. Yeah, I didn't see a link. I didn't see whatever the second thing was supposed to be, and I don't see a way to enable links and stuff. So I'll just go with the trusting you option. Hey, look, it's at 97%. Check that out. Web script. I don't know what that is, but heck yeah, I'm gonna install it. Is that JavaScript for macOS? Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that because I want to read it, verify it. Boy, this mouse really sucks balls. Read. Yes. Come on. Come on. I got a dirty ball here. Let's just read that disposably disk 1 again. Yes, I would love to replace it. Thorough. He's a good man, Jeffrey. And thorough. Howdy, Trey. You missed everything working perfectly fine. With the gotek. With the gotek. So don't get too excited. We performance optimized the crap out of things, which makes it sound like it was really hardcore. It really wasn't. We just switched it to waiting for an IRQ and then reading 8 bytes in a loop, and it worked perfectly fine for the gotek. So we're going to try it with a real floppy again, which will probably not work, and then I'm probably going to take off for the day. But you can always go back to the beginning of the episode. Bacterio says, OMG, send that wheel mouse to hell. I mean, it's fine except for the dirty ball. Only I can make fun of my mouse. Cliff is talking about his vimrc to use no plugins. Brain shutting down. Have a good night. Good night, Cliff. Wareham says, what's your overall experience with floppies? I remember hating them, but mostly because they had shitty drives at my university, so destroyed many of mine. I don't remember particularly hating them or having a bad time with them. I think the main thing for me and floppies is that's how I learned to write an operating system. So I used and abused floppies a lot that way, because the first resource that I found for how do you boot shit on a computer was, of course, make a bootable floppy, and so I made many floppies that way. So they became my best friend in that realm. But other than that, I don't really have like a particular fondness or hate for floppies or a remembering of them being horribly flaky. I do remember if you bought the cheap ones, half the time you'd bring them to school after putting your report on them or whatever, and they would just absolutely fuck you over. But that's because you bought the cheap ones. But of course you always buy the cheap ones. Okay, Sigwin. Let's see if Sigwin has enough history to remember the commands that I used last time to verify this shit. Yes, cool. And yes. And looks good to me. Okay, so we've got a good disk, at least for now. Let's see if this falls off. Oh, right, that is my floor. Because I rotated the mic stand so that you could hear me better. Here we go. Better? Better. All right. Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to run this one more time just to make sure it wasn't a complete fluke, and this actually is pretty reliable with the gotek, which I would assume to be true. I don't know why it wouldn't. Wow, yay, right a sector. Oh my god, it's so good. Okay. Plug it in the physical floppy drive. Probably a horrible, horrible mistake. But who knows? At worst, this won't work. And then we're at 42 minutes, so we'll just chat a little bit and then episode over, man. And we can get back to the shitty physical hard drive next time. I also want to try, just for fun, pulling the floppies out of my other two PCs sitting there. Because, then we can see if it's that this drive is just really fucking bad, which is possible, because I think it's the oldest drive I have sitting around, or if it's just a general issue. But anyhow, this is a fun thing to do for right now. Fun thing. I'm just glad I haven't had to use my brain too much today. The episodes where I just can't figure it out, and I have to sit there trying my best to remember that I shouldn't feel embarrassed, because this is just a bunch of garbage, and everybody knows that. And still feeling a little embarrassed, but also trying to figure out what I'm doing. Trying to do both those things at the same time. Not my favorites. So, I will gladly take this one. You want a floppy in you. That's probably a good idea. Okay. I'm gonna read some things. 1 second. Then we will do this. Then we will leave. Regardless of what happens. Trey says, I always enjoyed over-formatting the higher capacities, like 1.6 or 1.9. I don't think I ever really did that. I was like aware you could do it, because I think there were some like Linux distros that came on slightly bigger floppy image sizes. But I think that's the extent that I ever played with over-formatted floppies. Redgeck said, wow, I can't even community post because sub 500 subs, plebeian. Sorry, Redgeck, you'll get there. I like how hard you're trying. Bacteria says, I do love the project. Usually watch the streamings while I'm working in the morning in Spain. It is fun to see my spread all kinds of random places. Someday I hope to go to the Iberian Peninsula and have proper tapas. Because there is a tapas restaurant here in town, and it's overpriced and not that good. And too hoity-toity for how the quality of the food. Not that it's bad, it's just, it's not what it purports to be. And Redgeck, I think that might work. Posting a thing to Imager. I'll check at the end of this thing. Trade MC says, wait! Just kidding. Wereworm says, the last floppy produced, all of them were crap. Dropping one resulted in rapid unscheduled disassembly. I remember that. Because I remember, like, you'd have, like, the Memorex ones, like, the Memorex fun cleared color ones were the ones that you had in, like, the early 2000s. And, yeah, they, like, the plastics, in particular, were just crap quality. Like, you could tell. They were garbage. Trey Dempsey said the shutters would come off on the later batches of 3.5-inch floppies. Yep. Yeah, and AIO Incorporated brings up the interesting and fun fact, which I think I literally just learned a couple days ago. I don't think I knew this, and I don't remember why I learned this a couple days ago, but Windows came on larger diskettes, and so did DOS in its later days. Yeah, because the Windows 95 distribution set, or maybe it was one of the Windows 3.1 distribution sets, or maybe it was even Office or something. I was hearing came on like 1.6 meg floppies. Okay, let's do it. Now, I don't believe that, but we're going to check anyway. Ooh, you want to do the really dramatic way? Let's not start at 0200. Let's go straight for the gusto. 03FE. No, that's not valid. 03FE. Ready? Ready, ready, ready? Ready? Are you ready? Garbage! It's garbage! Let's try that again. Just in case. 03 FE. Set the address. Dumps it. Yeah. Garbage! Super duper garbage. Okay. Not too surprised at that, but let's see what's at the beginning of the buffer. 0200 doot. Doot. Also garbage. Oh, that's interesting. So FF, 1B, FF, and then that is some very interesting garbage, honestly. I'm guessing it's because it's just not even working right. Like the code probably is not executing a good code path. Anyway, let's ignore that. Ooh, also, you wanna try really quick? You wanna try something really quick? I'm gonna take this floppy. We're gonna go back over there. We're gonna stick it in Windows. We're gonna see what it says. Floppy's in, my dudes. CRC check. Yep, it's already fucked up. Is it because of something we are doing physically here with like the turning the power supply on and off? That's kind of my feeling. Maybe is that there's something in there. But yeah, literally just sticking a floppy in this drive fucks it up. You want to try a different drive? Let's try a different drive. For shits and giggles. I mean, we can. We have a little time. A little time. Oh, there's that dad belly I was talking about. Yeah, let's steal from... Sorry, I need to yell. I forgot. Let's steal from this bad boy. That should have some shit in it. It has a drive. It has a drive for success. Tell me what that's like. Alright, let's get this beautiful machine out of here for a second. rearrange garbage, and pop open this shitty side panel. Shitty side panel. Thumb screws already undone for me. Nice. Thank you, thanks me. Okay, tell me that you have a quick release situation going on here. No, I cannot tell how this floppy comes out. It is completely non-obvious. Here, would you like a look? There's just this nice beige bracket in here where the screws would be, and I have no idea. There's an arrow pointing down here. Oh, wait, no, that's just to take off the front of the case. And an arrow pointing up here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, I got this one off of eBay a couple years ago, and then that's like all I've done with it. This is disgusting. Oh, good God. I don't know how well you can see this, but it is about what you would expect. Gross. Anyway, I still don't know how this floppy thing works. Thank you, Dell, for doing things in a totally weird, proprietary way. Maybe if I remove more scunge, it will become obvious how this works. Why couldn't you just do this like normal people? Seriously, how the hell does this work? Oh, what the hell? Okay, there's like a a little latch on top of this plastic thing. Who designed you? And why? Drive slides, there are screws on front, drive slides forward. Okay. There are screws on front, so you're sounding pretty right so far. The bar pulls off. What bar? What am I missing here? Okay, that released like this tray underneath the floppy. That's fun. Yay, we released a tray. Magnificent. That did fuck all for the floppy. What about this screw? Let's just keep taking out screws. This machine hasn't been working lately anyway, so. F it. What do you do, little screw? I assume you are holding in this upper drive bag. Oh shit! Wait, no. Yes, wait. Haha! There's little leaf springs. Fascinating. Well, do you expect this drive to work any better? Look at that shit. It won't focus on it, but I think you can get the idea of how crusty that was. Alright. Sod it, as the French would say. Okay, let's play with this, then I'll read some chat some more, and then we'll stick the gotek back in, read it, just be happy with ourselves. And then I'm gonna get out of here. Maybe like eat some dinner or something, yeah. Sounds fun. Oh, I'm gonna have to rewrite that floppy too. Balls. Or we could stick like another, I don't know if I have any known good floppies sitting around, like commercial floppies. I actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I do. Slight bummer. Where's my other ground wire? Where did you piss off to? There you are. There you are, my old friend. Okay, that's on there. That's a thing. Now we need some kind of floppy. I'm gonna go back over to the other area. Kick said, damn dude, don't breathe that. You'll get mesothelioma. This is the risk we take. The corrupted bit says, but then you may be entitled to financial compensation. Live life on the edge, and then get a payout when you fuck up. That's my maxim. Oh god, the dust is everywhere. There is already a disc. Wait. What disc did I... Whatever, we're writing another disc. I feel like I might have fucked things up in that. I think I may have just read not the disc that was in the folder. I don't know. One moment while that writes. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back. Apparently, it is dinner time, so I better wrap this shit up. 71%, 73%, 75%, 77%. Come on, come on, you can do it. Let me scroll through some chat while we're doing this, so I can kill two birds with one stone and get some food in my gullet. And no, we're not going to verify this because I'd rather eat dinner. All right, you go in there. Turn this on. Read some chat. Get out of here. Oh, goodness. There's so much. I said there was so much at the beginning and then I was wrong. I'm not wrong this time. There's a lot. Daniel Rodriguez says, hello, everyone. Hello, Daniel. Trey said, ooh, a Think Center. Nice to Redgex Think Center. Bacteria says, I remember using disk dupe to copy games to friends. Fun times. Never used that, so that sounds interesting. Trey Dempsey says, I hear track -1 in the background. Yep, he's gotten a little bit loud. That is a great name, too. I feel like maybe he'd be track... Oh, no, it is track -1. I think we're on the same page. He's the subsequent track, yes. That goes to show what's in my brain that I went the other direction. AIO Incorporated says, lots of Microsoft software came on 1.6 meg, and I think even up to 1.72. Turns out the diskettes were most of the cost in distributing software. Yeah, I could believe that. Redgex says, could it sitting on a PSU induce noise into the floppy drive? And thanks to Trey for the Think Center comment, he says. I'd highly doubt it, but I mean, I don't know anything that's going on right now, so. Gerald said, darn it. Trey said, tastes like butter. Redgex said, ass camera. I'm glad I could do that for you. That and the ASMR. This has been a hell of a stream today. Bacteria said, that Dell looks like a high-end Pentium 3. I don't know about high-end. I mean, it's a piece of shit at this point, so I don't know. But yes, it is a Pentium 3, because I specifically wanted a Pentium 3 system. Trey said, I had a Dell in the same style case, a P3 800. This might be an 800. I used to know. I haven't used it in a while, but this is my... I wanted a nice Pentium 3 Windows 98 machine for Dare Nostalgia. Because that's... I think we had a Pentium MMX compact that I've seen one of that model. And compacts are so, like, they were in demand lately, but I never see the one in the case that we had. And I saw one once, and it was insanely expensive, and it was really just kind of fucking stupid. Wareroom said, could be the power off sequence. The drive is still selected on power off. Yeah, I'm thinking that kind of thing. Like, it's very messy. Trey Dempsey said, copper mine? Could be. Not sure. Maybe we'll have an episode when we finish the NES thing where we dive into what the hell kind of Pentium 3 do I have. AIO Incorporated said, faceplate comes off when you squeeze the tabs. Did it. Oh, and then, yeah, he knew the whole thing. Squeeze the tabs on the front to pull the drive out. Murray Smith said, did you clean the heads? Hell no, Murray. Hell no. Of course not. Redgeck said fluffy. Trey said yuck. Gerald said, does the case around the floppy removed to see the motor provide EM shielding? Like, this thought occurred to me, but that also seems so insane to me, I can't even imagine. Like, Mac floppies don't have that shielding, that casing on them, like earlier ones. I don't know how it would matter. Data dust, don't breathe it. Trey telling me how the fuck to take that computer apart. Redkick said just use an angle grinder. Gerald called it Old Dusty. Then we got to the mesothelioma comments. Call now. Breathing the computer dust is harmless in contrast to slicing my arteries every time I work on an old computer chassis. Wareworm says, I have never heard anything more real. Trey says, it's dinner. It's dinner time. Wareworm says, what's for dinner? Probably leftovers. Spaghetti squash casserole, I believe. Minor Illusion said, do we have data yet? We actually do off the gotek. We probably don't off of real hardware, but I'm trying a different drive for fun. Corrupted Bit says, that's a nice power Mac. Thank you. I bought it at VCF to replace one that I bought in my New Jersey haul and then curbed like a moron. Redgeck says, by the way, Trey, that Think Center has XP, Vista, and Gen 2 on it. Yes, I compiled Gen 2 on a Pentium 4. Sick. Redgeck says, and I mean with X and like, and goddamn LLVM. Jesus, how long did that take? Misty Wiss, with the uncorrected name, says, I am back. Sorry, bad timing. We're about to run to dinner right after we fire up this floppy drive. Minor Illusion said, cool. Yes, I think it's very cool. And finally, oh my god, I've almost caught up. Redgeck and Trey Dempsey are talking about shit. I don't care. You guys deal with it. It could also be powering it on with nothing asserted on the cable. Could be doing really dumb shit too. Though we've read good. Anyway, I'm gonna power this thing on and see what the fuck happens. It's making noises. Okay. That's a fail. Kind of. Maybe. Well, let's just check what we have, and then I'm gonna get the F out of here. Oh, 3 FE doot doot. Yep, no good. And O2 O200 complete Garbo. Okay, well, that's fun. I'll have to decide what we start on next time, but I do have to go. So Misty Wiz said, I would pay for someone to put a modern PC in an NES case so I could use that. I'm pretty sure that's been done. Okay, I'm just gonna call it there. Good times, nice hour stream. Wareroom said, but your perseverance paid off. Enjoy the feeling of success. This is all I know, is I'm not particularly great at things, but if you just keep whacking at it, eventually you'll get something. And we got shit off of gotek, so yay. All right, goodbye. And by that I mean, see ya. I love ya. Goodbye to all of you.